Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now I'm in the state of New Mexico. I'm in the city of Albuquerque. It is 40 degrees outside, and we will be doing a random driving tour of several neighborhoods. We got a Route 66 sign that we just went under. I'm going to make this left-hand turn coming up at Coors Boulevard. We're pulling up next to a bus stop. This is a bus stop on my left-hand side. We're at Central Ave and Coors Boulevard. Let's make this left-hand turn. We have gravel lining the streets on my left-hand side. There's a little miniature chain link fence. We're about 2 minutes or so from some local neighborhoods here. The skies have a few scattered clouds, pretty much blue skies. I don't think the camera's gonna do justice, but if you look afar on the screen, you'll see mountains. We're surrounded by mountains. We're passing Candace Rose Road. We got fields on my right-hand side with tons of bushes, weeds, trash. I'm gonna merge right. We have a rest in peace cross on my left, a rest in peace cross on my right. Speed limit is 45, I'm doing 39 right now. All right, we're gonna make this right-hand turn on Bridge Boulevard off of Coors. We got a sign on my right-hand side that reads Dolores, Vuelta Highway. We got a bicycle lane on my right-hand side. It's separated by that white line. The sidewalks don't look much like a sidewalk. It looks more like a dirt walk, a gravel walk. Okay, we're gonna make this right-hand turn. We're gonna enter one of these little neighborhoods they got going on here. I believe this is a no outlet. This is Lindsay Place. This is the Bridge Crossing community. It's a no outlet, so we're gonna go through it, take you to the top. We'll come back around and then we'll explore more blocks in the area. This little cluster of houses is located in the Sky View West part of the city. This is a residential neighborhood. As you can see, we have homes on our left and on our right side. Sidewalks lined with gravel. We have driveways. We have front lawns that are also lined with gravel. The lawn, I would say, is probably 15 feet in length. I see 1-story, 2-story buildings. All of the buildings appear to be the same color, like a cream tan. The roofs have brown shingles, red shingles, orange shingles. Some have black shingles, some have gray shingles. We have a tow truck towing a vehicle. I see the sidewalks have somewhat of like a canal, like a concave canal that allows water runoff. So when it rains, I guess the water can run down the block. We got a basketball court here. I'm gonna make this U-turn. We had a gentleman in his trunk on my left-hand side. We also have another gentleman right here talking to somebody in that Chevy Cruze. We got some of these plants. These plants look desert-like. The ones with the sharp leaves sticking out. I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks like a pretty uniform block. That tow truck is backing up into one of these driveways. They towed somebody's Hyundai back home. We're back at Bridge and Lindsay. We just exited the Bridge Crossing community. I believe Bridge Crossing may continue over here on my right-hand side. All right, we are approaching Bridge and Sesame Street. We're on Sesame Street, guys. All right, we're on Sesame and Grover Court. On my left is a dead end. I might as well make a left so you guys can see this. So we got some pink houses. We got some orange houses. We got some brick houses. We got a gentleman on my right in a sweater and some shorts. Looks like he's on the phone. He's probably subscribing to 21215. I see a little red house. Some of the houses have flat tops. Some of the houses have actual A-tops, or I should say raised rooftops. We're at Sesame Street and Grover Court. There's a little Jeep Wrangler right there on my right. I like it. It's missing the windows, but the top comes off of that one, so it don't need windows. All right, let's make this left-hand turn on Helen. This is another court. So for the next, I believe, 2 or 3 side blocks that come up, they're courts, which are no outlets. We have a female going into her property right in front of us. We had a CRV on my right-hand side. We got an RV trailer in front of us. We have an American flag in front of us. We have some Spanish-influenced homes. They look like what Omi would say, Mexican homes. She likes the flat-top homes. As soon as we got to New Mexico, she noticed them, and she was telling me that they remind her of Mexico. But I mentioned, well, that makes sense because we're in New Mexico. So, but I believe like Mexico, like the real Mexico, would probably have an overabundance of those flat top homes. All right, so we got full sidewalks on my right. We got half sidewalks on my left with some dirt. Little bushes on my right. Basketball court on my right. Let's make this left on Foster Court. This is another court. We got a little deer on my left-hand side. Not a real deer, but it looked like a deer statue or display. Some of these homes remind me of Puerto Rico homes, too. Like the colors and the design and the style and everything. And from afar, from where we're at right now, over the houses, I can see the mountains. Got a little Nissan truck right there with some wire hubcaps. Like some spoke hubcaps. All right, we're approaching Churchill Lane. Do not block our mailbox. Somebody had that on their mailbox. There's some dogs over there, right there at that gate. And they got a nice view of the mountain. We're at Sesame and Churchill. We had a 2-car garage on my left. A lot of people don't have grass. A lot of people have gravel. They have the traditional gravel, the gray gravel, or they have the, I noticed the burgundy. Some people, they get extra fancy with it and they get the burgundy gravel. We got a gray stucco house on our right. See with the ladder on it? See how it's flat top? It doesn't really have a raised roof. I'm assuming they have low ceilings. Let's make this left right here on Judith Lane. Look at these trees right here. These trees look strange. You see these trees? They look strange because at the end of each one of the limbs, there's some like stems sticking out with little tiny balls. Not those balls, but you know. I don't know if it's some type of fruit. Look at this house on my right. This house on my right is pretty neat. It's a stucco home. You got a nice carport. It's orange. It's 2-story. Oh, wow. Look at this one. This is like the flat top. See the flat top? The one like Omi likes? 2-door garage. You got a lot of stucco. And they got a second floor back there. You got a little RV over here on my left-hand side. The color theme, for the most part, in this little area, at least, is similar to each other. Orange, tan, beige, white, cream. Like, those are like the key colors. And occasional pink. Oh, look, we got a little green one coming up. Check it out. We got a green one on my right. We're going to just hug this little circle right here just so you guys can see some of the houses. We're traveling like 7-8 miles an hour. Oh, we got a school bus right here that just let out a child. Albuquerque Public Schools. And that is the student that just got off of the bus. On my left-hand side, a young man. We're approaching 75th Street, and we got another Albuquerque Public School bus that just drove by us. I am going to make a right-hand turn on 75th Street. I'm going to make a left-hand turn here. We're turning at Forsyth, 75th and Forsyth. We got a little pop-up camper on my right-hand side. They had a lot of different variations of stones on their property. Since they don't have grass, they got the stones. I don't know, something is telling me that grass doesn't have much luck growing over here. Oh, is that AstroTurf or is that grass? Somebody got a basketball court right here, right behind the basketball court. It looks like a patch of grass. That might just be AstroTurf because it's extra green, fluffy, lush, and thick. But mostly everyone's lawn is gravel. Oh, there's some little grass shreds over here. Or dust, dirt. Yeah, this one on my left was dirt. Look, we got the cinder block walls over here on my left with the gates. Cinder block on my right. A lot of cinder block in the area. We're approaching Gaslight Lane. Gaslight Lane. Now let's make this right-hand turn. Gaslight and Forsyth. We got Machitos El Guedo Originales Tortas, Tacos, y Burritos on our left. That was a lunch truck. I believe we're at Gwynn. Gaslight and Gwynn. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Gwynn Road. I see a cougar. No, not that type of cougar, but it was a cougar RV. All the men were like, where, Tune, where? No, it was a cougar RV trailer. It was inside somebody's yard. It was called the Cougar. We're at Neil and Gwynn. Let's make this left over here. I see a home over here with some wood that's protruding from the crown of the building. You see on my right-hand side? We got a little blue mailbox. See the royal blue mailbox? We're after the royal blue mailbox right here. You see on the top of the window or above the window, you see blue pieces of wood sticking out? That's interesting. I don't know if it serves a purpose or that's just part of the foundation, adding strength to the structural integrity. You know what I mean? It looks like they're still making walls right here. Look at. You see there's no gates on the walls. It looks like they just started building it with cinder blocks. All right, we're at Palm Lane. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Palm Lane. We got another RV trailer on my right, Four Winds. And another house with the wood coming out from the crown. This house over here on the left has bricks around the crown. You see it? We're at Palm and Flip. I'm going to make this left-hand turn on Flip Lane. Neighborhood organized against crime. They have crime watch signs. Some of the lawns, even though they don't have grass, they do them up really nice with the gravel, with the stones, with the rocks, with the lawn ornaments and all that stuff. We're at Luca and Flip. Look, we got a 2-car garage right here on my right. We're at Luca and Flip. Now we're entering Luca Lane. We have some bushes lining the sidewalks on our left and on our right. You see the bushes? We got a TLC, Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Company truck on our left. We're passing 75th. I'm going to turn on the air conditioner in the background just so I can keep the device cool because we're in direct sunlight. And upon driving in direct sunlight for a long period of time, the camera overheats. We're at Neil and Luca. Let's turn down Neil Lane. Let's take Neil Lane straight down. Check out those tall trees on my right hand side. All right, let's make this left hand turn. We just turned left on Gwynn Road. We're at 75th and Gwynn. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on 75th. We got a United States Postal Service vehicle, a female driver. She's delivering mail, and all she has to do is drive up to their mailbox, and since it's right-hand drive, she can just slide it into the mailbox. We just passed a GTO in somebody's yard. Classic GTO, 70s body. We're at 75th and Forsyth. Let's take this back out to Bridge. We're at Astor and 75th. All right, so directly in front of us, I don't know if you guys can see those houses that are across from this barricade that's right here in front of us. I'm gonna make this left. Is this possible? It's a two-way, right? Yeah, it looks like a two-way. If not, then we're in trouble. That is an HOA on my right-hand side. I believe it is called Encanto Village HOA. And I believe it's a private community. Let's make this right-hand turn on Stinson, Stinson. You can see the mountains on my left. See, this community on my right is an HOA. You see how everything looks like cream or tan? It's all cement work. It's all stucco. They got the terracotta shingles. And let's see. Yep, there's a gate there. You cannot enter that without a passcode. So that's a private community. So we're not going to be able to take a look at that community. Let's travel around the corner and see if we can explore any other portions of this particular area. Right now on the map, you can say we're on like the western portion of the Albuquerque city map. We're west of downtown. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on Cortez Ave. Let's turn right, see if we manage to get lucky. We got a bunch of tan-looking weeds and plants on our left. Budweiser beer cases, bottles, glass, cans, tires, a lot of glass. I see McDonald's cup holders, trash bags. They disposed of a sofa couch on our left. I see a Jiffy peanut butter jar. A bunch of junk and debris. All right, we're approaching 75th and Cortez. I think I see a cat from afar crossing the street. Directly in front of us, I see a cat. All right, this appears to be the continuation of that HOA on our right, and we cannot enter it. It's private. But on our left, we have the South Wind community, spelled SOUTHWYND. This is on Pistachio Street. Pistachio. Like a pistachio. Is it a pistachio peanut? Or is it pistachios? Isn't that like some type of nut? We're at Gripe Myrtle Road. Pistachio and Gripe Myrtle Road. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. It looks like they got an El Camino under that tarp. Either an El Camino or a Ford Ranchero. Again, as you can see, we're in a residential neighborhood. This was not a gated community, meaning we were able to just easily enter, unlike the HOA across the street. Now, this is close to the Encanto Village HOA, but it's borderline Vista Sandia. Basketball court on my left-hand side, basketball court on my right. I saw the children swing on a tree. Sidewalks on both sides. They must make a killing off of gravel in this city, because everyone's lawn, for the most part, had gravel. Oh, I saw the old school 1988 through 1991 Acura Integra on my right. We got a Loretto RV trailer directly in front of us. It's one of the towable trailers. We got 2 more RVs. Look at an Outlook on my right-hand side. That looks like a Class C RV. Yeah, it's an E350. It looks like a nice small one, too. It looks like a 20-footer. 22, 23, 24 feet probably max. Then we got a towable trailer on my right. An actual utility trailer, and then an actual RV trailer. And at the end of the road, if you look above the homes, you'll see mountains. If you're watching on the TV, you might be able to make out the mountains a little bit better than if you're on a mobile device. We got an EG Civic on my right-hand side. Check it out. Hatchback, EG Civic. White one, you see it? And then, oh, we got a Prelude on my right-hand side, too. A black Prelude. Honda Prelude. So it seems like everyone's house over here has garages. These houses look pretty uniform. We're at Cottontail Street, Javelina, and Cottontail Street. Let's make this right-hand turn. Look, we got a cinder block wall right here on my right with several different colors of cinder blocks. I don't know if they continued that process over time, and when they went back to get more cinder blocks, they ran out of the one color, so they had to get the second color. Grey Wolf. We're on Grey Wolf Road, which is a no outlet, but we're just going to go through it. I see a skit on my right-hand side that looks like it has... Are those cinder blocks? No, those are tiles. Those are... I would say, size-wise, 4 inches by like 9, 10 inch, maybe 12-inch cinder blocks. I don't know if they're tiles for the ground or if they're going to build a wall with it. This house right here has Christmas lights on it and a sign over the garage that says, Season's Greetings. We got some green, what's that, grass? Is that AstroTurf? Oh, that's like a carpet. That's like an AstroTurf carpet. You know how AstroTurf looks like grass? That's slick. You could just buy AstroTurf and line your whole front lawn with it. You never have to worry about mowing it. You never have to worry about watering it. You never have to worry about nothing. Probably it fading. That's probably the worst thing you have to worry about, because, you know, the sun takes a toll. But hey, it's AstroTurf. In a couple years, you could just spray paint it green again. You can have a kryptonite colored green lawn. Your lawn gonna look fluorescent. All right, let's make this right-hand turn. We're approaching Pronghorn Road. Pronghorn. We're at Brittle Bush and Pronghorn. I'm gonna make a left because it looks like there's a no outlet directly in front of us. Ouch. Alright, we're at Tower. Brittle Bush and Tower. Directly in front of us, it looks like we have another community called Stinson Park. We just left the South Wind community. So let's make this left-hand turn. I don't think I'm going to go through that community in front of us, the Stinson Park one. Why? Because from afar, it looks exactly the same. It looks like these are the same type of houses, the same type of housing community. I don't know if they're all HOA. I don't know if one of them was an HOA. I know for sure the one that was locked was probably an HOA. Wow, look at this magnificent view we have in front of us. Look at those mountains. Those mountains are huge. All right, we're passing 75th. I could have went down 75th, but let me pass it. It looks like a desolate block. All right, let's make this left on Stinson. This is Stinson? Yeah. Stinson Street. Look at that house in the corner. Look at the gates that go around that property right there. And it looks like it was a beautiful property. And then boom. Wow, two car garage and everything. Let me reverse so you guys can see this. This block looks dead in the street in front of us. It looks like there's nobody out here. Look at this property. And speaking of fading, look at the shingles on the rooftop. I believe they're the terracotta shingles. I don't even know the correct term. But 2-car garage. Those shingles are faded. They look like they were originally probably like a burgundy, like a dark red color, and they faded because of the sun. I'm sure they had some harsh summers. Alright, we're going to speed this up a bit because it looks like this is all desolate. Just like little communities made in desolate areas. We're at Eucaris and Stinson. We're passing that gated community on my left, the HOA. We're not allowed to get in it because it's gated. You need a passcode. They have some pretty deep partitions. Wow, look at these houses right here. You guys are not going to be able to see the houses in their entirety because they're covered by half of a wall. But I'm going to do this wacky reverse /U. You see this right here? You see those houses? Look at the style of it. You see the style? Interesting. We're at Bridge Boulevard, Stinson and Bridge Boulevard. We started off on Bridge. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Bridge, and we're going to cross over Coors. We're passing Sesame Street. You remember Sesame Street right here on my left-hand side? Now we're passing Lindsay Place. Wow, what an epic view on my left-hand side. I'm going to snap a picture for the Toon Be Chillin' Instagram account. Wow. Amazing. Mountains as far as the eye can see. All right, we are approaching Coors Boulevard. We're gonna flow through this yellow light. We're already here. Now it's a red light. We had a vendor on my left-hand side selling oranges and other items. But the main thing I saw was fruits. There's commercial space for sale on my left-hand side. Human Services Department, State of New Mexico on my right. Alamosa Neighborhood Association. Slow down, stay safe. Alamosa. So it looks like we're entering the Alamosa neighborhood. El Alamosa. Attention, vehicles must stop before entering office. West side, hitch and go, concrete on the right. El Alamosa, you know? The Alamosa neighborhood. El means the, right? Alright, let's make this left. Road closed directly in front of us. We're at Carlos R. and Bridge Boulevard. So we got more homes on my right-hand side. Speed hump. We got a vehicle behind us, so I'm going to pull over so I can allow that vehicle to pass us. And again, the color theme is kind of similar. Same colors. We got solar panels on my left. That's smart. I'm assuming they get a lot of sun. Ouch, that hurt. I'm going over a speed hump. Wow, look at this. We have a little dog on my right-hand side. He's sitting in front of someone's property. He doesn't have a collar. It looks like a Rottweiler mix. We're at Eucaris and Carlos Ray. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. We got some graffiti on the wall on my right. Got an older gentleman on my right sweeping his property. Going over a speed hump. Looks like they're gutting out a property on my left-hand side. A female on my left-hand side. She was with her cane and her red Nike sweater. We're at Cortez Drive, Eucaris and Cortez. I'm going to make this left-hand turn. We're now on Cortez. Look at that wooden fence. I like that wood fence right there. You see that? That's pretty cool. We got a USPS or UPS driver right here. USPS is United States Postal Service. This is UPS. I'm going to allow him to cross because he's on the clock, so might as well let him do his thing. He had ear gauges too. Interesting. We got a bunch of graffiti right here. Check this out. A lot of New Mexico artwork. Let me pull over. I got a vehicle behind me. This is also going to give us a better vantage point on the artwork. Look at the artwork. This is New Mexican graffiti. All right, we're approaching Old Coors Drive. We got Performance Complete Auto Care on our right. In front of us, we got Tienda Hispana. Let's make this left-hand turn. We just passed Alta Vista Plaza on my right-hand side and 4-Star Auto Sales on our left. We just passed Galeos, Iglesia Cristiana La Promesa. We just passed Salvador Road, Joe's Monuments and Sandblasting on our right. Carretas Tire Shop. Everything has like a Spanish name. La Chiquita Tire Shop on our left. La Tienda Grocery on our left. Everything, like, you gotta like work them accents, man. La Tienda. You can say La Tienda, but you gotta add the La Tienda. All right, let's make this left-hand turn on Sunset Gardens. That's the most American name I've heard yet, next to Coors. Sunset Gardens. Or the bridge crossing was kind of normal too. Dolores. You see Dolores. Let's make this right-hand turn on Dolores. See what Dolores looks like. Cinder block walls everywhere. It's like little mini prisons everywhere. Then we got a sofa. Somebody disposed of a sofa. Let's make this left. Oh, this is a dead end. Let's go through it. This is Simon Court. Oh, snap. There's a dog in the middle of the street, guys. Is this their actual dog? Wow, look at this. It's a little furry dog. What's up, little guy? I wish I had some food to give you, buddy. Little furry guy. Oh, it looks so shaggy and so scruffy. Oh, looks like a nice little doggy. And it's eyeing us. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Look at you, buddy. Beautiful dog. He just straight up just stared at us. He didn't move or nothing. He didn't flinch or nothing. He's like, listen, you in my hood. All right, we had Dolores and Simon Court. I'm going to make this left-hand turn on Dolores. Stucco again. Stucco everywhere. Cement, stucco, bricks. We had Dolores and Carlos Court. This is another dead end. We might as well go through it. We've been going through a lot of dead ends in this part of town. There's a property for sale, am I right? 5809 is for sale. Look at that classic truck. They removed the front of the classic truck. Then you got a little Acura Integra. So the house that's for sale is 5809 Carlos Street, Albuquerque, New Mexico. You can look up the price of that property. Oh, it's not Carlos Street. I'm sorry. Carlos Court. Let's make this left-hand turn. All right, we are currently at Gonzalez Road, and we are still in the Alamosa neighborhood. Let's make this left-hand turn coming up. We're at 59th and Gonzalez. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on 59th Street. Special exception request on our left. There was a yellow sign. I don't know if they requested a permit to work on our property. We got black gravel on our left. That was cool. Or dark gray gravel. It was probably dark gray. I ain't never see black gravel. I'll tell you something. When I was in Roswell, New Mexico, I saw some like see-through blue gravel. Yup, on one of their displays. See-through blue gravel. We got a gentleman on our left walking. Coat, some jeans, a hoodie. Let's make this left at 59th and Gwynn. Got a nice house right there. See, it's a 2-story. Open field. We're at 60th and Gwynn. I'm going to make this left-hand turn on 60th. Look at the little design they did on the front wall. You see it? Some of the cement was cracking. It's probably a bad mixture. It's either that or the heat. Yeah, over here it's cracking too. We got a nice chain link fence right here on my right hand side. Silver chain link fence with black posts. A lot of carports. Look at this car right here. Wow, look at that. Is that an MG? I believe that's an MG. If I'm correct, that's an MG. Because my buddy back home in Philly, his pop used to have, I believe, 1 or 2 of these. An MG. Yep. It's pretty cool. We're at 60th and Gonzalez. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Gonzalez. This right here is a well-paved road. You see they got the center island. Now that's grass. That ain't got gravel. That got grass. But the grass is yellow. So I wonder if the grass turns green in the summer, you know? Or does it stay yellow all year round? Let's make this right at 61st. Wow, look at that fence right there. From afar, it looked like bamboo, but now I see it's just wooden planks that faded. They never finished it. Yo, look at this right here. This is a nice little private fence that they got going on there. See how they made it with cinder block and they used the actual gate? That was cool. Look at that carport on my right. No, yo, these carports are huge. Look on my left. There's another carport. And there's another carport. Look at this Saturn. They spray painted the headlight. They spray painted the rims. It looked like somebody just took blue spray paint. I don't know if they spray painted the window and everything. I don't know if they got vandalized. You know, somebody probably vandalized their car. Yo, that house on my right had like 7 cars on their property, all smushed into one little private front lawn. We're at 61st and Gwynn. Look at that house on my right. Now that looks like a Mexican house right there. That right there looks like a Mexican house. 428. You see it? Look at the corner of the sidewalk. The sidewalk's freshly done. Yo, they even got the handicap entrance with the little bumpy. Oh, it's on all 4 corners. Yo, look it. It's on all 4 corners. It's even on this corner too. You see it? That yellow accent. Some houses don't have no fence like this one on my left. 429. I guess some people opt out to not have fence. Yeah, these houses over here on my left, they look more New Mexican style. Look at this property right here. Look at this thing. This is a nice property. Look at that. 401 61st Street, Albuquerque, New Mexico. 1-car garage, nice gate, nice entrance, 2nd floor balcony, nice 2nd floor porch. They got cameras up there too. Nice piece of land. We're at 61st and Churchill. Oh, this one's nice too. This one right here. I'm gonna reverse so y'all can see it's 461st Street. Look at this one. That one's kind of nice too, right? And they even got the front lights. You see the lights on the entrance? This one on the left is crooked. It's next to the doorbell. They got a doorbell right there next to the light. That's actually pretty nice. Wow, this house on my left, I didn't even realize like how big it was compared to most of these. And they got an RV in the yard. Look how big it is. It looks like a giant box. And they got an RV in the yard. We're at 61st and Churchill. Speed limit is 25 miles an hour. We're doing about anywhere from 6 to 11 miles an hour. We have a female on my left-hand side pushing a shopping cart. We're at Palm Ave. We got Baby Blue House on our left. Another RV trailer on our right. There's a lot of RV trailers here in this area of New Mexico that I can see. I've seen a lot of trailers. Let's make this right on 61st and Luca Ave. We're turning on Luca. At the end of the road, you'll see the mountain right above the buildings. We got a lower Trailblazer on my right. Look like the rear shock probably blew out. Either that or they were trying to go for the Carolina squat look. We got little miniature palm trees right here. Or I don't know if these would be considered palm trees or what, but look like little Chucky Finsters from the Rugrats. Somebody made an awning with some PVC pipes. We just passed. Yo, they got a gargoyle on top of their garage. Look on top of their garage. You see that? they got gargoyles next to their garage too. That's cool. They got gargoyles. All right, we're at 59th and Luca Ave. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on 59th Street. Looks like we got an apartment complex on my right-hand side. Could be just regular apartments, maybe a private entity that rents them out. Some type of property management group. All right, we're at 59th and Central Ave. We got Panaderia Nisi Bakery on our left. We got Americana Hotel on our left. It's a motel. We got a Route 66 sign on our right. We got Sky High Liquors on our right. How about I make this right-hand turn? I want to make this right-hand turn at 60th Street. We had a female right there with fishnet stockings. Oh, she had fishnet stockings. I haven't seen a pair of fishnet stockings in a long time. We got Iglesia Apostolica on our left. Nurse and Felma on our left. A little building that said Nurse and Felma. Looks like we got more apartments on our left. These actually look like probably like a housing project, but then again, I don't know. But those are all apartments. And on our right, I see a little teeny weeny dog from afar running. All right, it looks like we're on the edge of the Pat Hurley neighborhood. We're like actually a few blocks away from Pat Hurley. Above us, if we keep going straight about a dozen blocks, we'll hit West Mesa. And then you got the Los Volcanes on our far left. We got La Luz Christian Church on our left-hand side. Look at the wall in front of us. I don't know if somebody hit it, somebody crashed it, but it's crumbling down. And that's a cinder block wall, so you know they had to hit it hard. It's either somebody hit it or maybe weather's taking a toll on it. Look at it's boarded up too, so it might be abandoned. Look, you see? It's boarded up. It looks like they, I don't know if that's a new window. Are they trying to rehabilitate it? I'm going to point the vehicle to it. See it? It's boarded up. Do not enter. Substandard building. Unsafe to occupy. Oh, so it's an unsafe structure. Ooh, I see a classic over here. It almost looks like a Monaco or a Polara on my left-hand side. It's a 70 sedan, a big body. I used to have a 73 Polara, and the Polara and Monaco and the Impala all came out around that same generation. They were the competitors of each other. You see that? Wow. That's nice. That was a Galaxy 500, guys. That was cool. So I was completely wrong, but it's all right. It's the thought that counts. At least I put effort. All that matters is that you put effort. You got to put effort. Look at this fence right here. I like this. That's a cool style. Reminds me of some Puerto Rico, Florida stuff, though. All this stucco work and all this cement work gives me those tropical vibes. Look at these houses over here. These houses on my left, they're what you call it, flat top. You see them? They're all flat. All right, we're at 60th and Blue Water Road. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. Estancia Drive, Sun Fun Pool Outlet on our left. I'm going to make this right on Estancia Drive. Look at those buildings on my left. They're like little teeny cubes. You see them? That's pretty cool. I'm going to point to my right. That's pretty cool. Flat top. I'm assuming they have low ceilings. So maybe if you're like Yao Ming, you're like 7'6", you might not want to live in one of these little teeny weeny homes. But if you're average size, it should work out. Yo, that party bus or whatever it was on my left hand side, the Ford had the multicolor chameleon paint job. That's incredible. What's incredible about it, classic truck on my right. What's incredible about it is that when that paint job came out, it was about a $7,000 paint job just to paint a car, a standard car, like a coupe or a sedan, $6-7 to paint a car. So they painted a bus that rainbow metallic color. It's called chameleon because when you look at it from different sides of the street, you stand on different areas, different lighting, it shines different colors. It looks different colors basically. Another classic on my right. Look at that. Dang, it's in their driveway. A Pontiac, a pimpin' Pontiac with New Mexico tags. We're at Avalon Road. We got a trampoline directly in front of us. We got a dog right there on my right hand side sitting on somebody's lawn. It looks like a puppy. It might be a mix, like a Chihuahua mix. He looks healthy though. He looks fat, but it ain't got a collar. Right behind the bus. The bus gonna go block the puppy. Oh, she had to make a complete stop. Yeah, there's a little dog over there. I don't know if y'all can see it right in the driveway on my right. A white dog. That's the second dog we seen sitting in front of somebody's house, huh? All right, we're at 59th and Avalon. Let's make this left-hand turn on 59th. Look at this. And then they be going in. They go all out in that front structure. Like they be trying to like outdo the next person. Like my wall is better than your wall. Like I see like a whole bunch of different styles of walls. Look at this style of wall on my left. You see it? It ain't even finished. As in paint. We got Iglesia Fuente de Agua Viva on our right. We're at 59th and Blue Water. We got Sun Fun Pool Outlet on our left-hand side. Let's make this right-hand turn. So as we keep going right, we keep getting closer to the Pat Hurley neighborhood. We're at 58th and Blue Water. I'm going to make this right-hand turn. I'm going to pull over right here because I got a car behind me. And I want you guys to look at this wall. Look at the creativity that went into making this wall on my left. It looked like they used a whole bunch of recycled stones. Oh, look, they even got a wooden wheel and everything in there. That's nice. That was a little creative. They used a bunch of like pieces of slate or stone or whatever it was and just concreted it. Used some cement. Put some chicken wire. Boom. That's how half of these stucco jobs are done. Chicken wire. Chain link fence on my right. Look at that baby blue house on my left. With vinyl siding. I haven't seen many with vinyl siding. That looks like it was probably originally done with stucco. But they probably opted out and said, you know what? Let's do something different. Yeah, speaking of that, I've rarely seen that. There's a little bit of vinyl siding on the one on my right, but it has a lot of cement. Sanchez. Protected by the Second Amendment security. They had an actual sign, like real signage, that said warning, protected by the Second Amendment security, and they had a gun in the picture. Basically saying that he's armed and he don't need any other security. We're at 58th and Avalon. We're gonna pass 58th. We had a female on my right hand side. Looks like she's doing some yard work. She's putting on chapstick. Let's make this right. What are these generations? What is this? This is called the Generations? What is this, like apartments? Is this like a villa? Is this like a community? Oh, we're going through it now. Yeah, these look like they could be what, apartment buildings? I see B, I see A, I see C. But look at the style of it. Again, cement. You got like the dark orange, the sunset orange. You got the tan, you got the gray. They got their own private parking. There's no grass. There's gravel. Look at, you can see right next to the sidewalk. There's gravel. It's like 1-2-story apartments. I'm gonna make this left. This place is called Generations. I guess that's the name of the community. Again, there's another sign on my left that reads Generations. You see it? Catholic Charities, Dignity, Gorman Company, Generations at West Mesa. All right, Generations at West Mesa. Cool. Now, what's interesting is it says this is Generations at West Mesa. But West Mesa, this is actually West Mesa. Yeah, we didn't even hit the Pat Hurley neighborhood yet. Pat Hurley is in about 2 blocks. Matter of fact, let's drive 2 blocks forward so we can cross over to the Pat Hurley, which is an interesting name of a neighborhood in New Mexico. Pat Hurley. We got Esperanza Community Bike Shop on my right. That's cool. That's nice. We're on Esperanza Drive, 56 in Esperanza. So now as we drive forward, one more block. We're at 55th, 55. We're at 55 in Esperanza. 55th in Esperanza. Now we're at Yucca Drive. Yucca Drive takes us straight to Pat Hurley. So once we cross over Yucca Drive, we're in the Pat Hurley neighborhood. Look at the houses on my right with the garages. Boom, now we're in Pat Hurley. So we just entered another neighborhood. I think we did about 3 or 4 neighborhoods during this video. We didn't cover each neighborhood in its entirety. I'm trying to cover a couple different areas here because I'm only in Albuquerque for a short period of time. We're at Mezcal Circle and Esperanza Court. Look at this little mailbox over here. This is a mailbox. This is a cool mailbox. It looks like an old school truck. You see it? On my left, that blue truck in the air. That is dope. Like if there was like a neighborhood award or like a committee. Oh, look at this house on my right. They painted an American flag on top of the roof, yo. Look at the top of their roof. Yo, they painted an American flag. I gotta take a picture of this. They painted an American flag. They ain't playing no game. They're like, listen, we American, vato. Whoever that is, they said, listen, we are American and we want you to know it. That's cool. Look at that classic truck right there in front of us. International. You see that white truck? Wow, I gotta take a picture of that too. That's cool. All right, we're approaching Yucca Drive and Mezcal Circle. We're coming out of Mezcal Circle. I'm going to make this right on Yucca Drive. Psychopathic. There was a Suburban on my left that had some graphics that said psychopathic on it and it had some clowns. We're at Avalon Road. I'm going to make this right-hand turn on Avalon Road. And it looks like we're going to be going down a crazy downhill. And you can see a nice view of the city. You see that? It's pretty neat, right? That's a nice vantage point.